and ground the energies. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to Arcana Universe. This is going to be all signs love reading. Let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and start from Aries all the way to Pisces. Remember, I read energies here, so, regardless of the signs, you'll know if it's your story, whether you're an Aries sun, moon, rising, Venus. Oh, wow, a very disruptive energy, huh? What is going on? It's okay. We'll get through it. So let's just get into it. Aries, and this is going to go by relatively quickly. Feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel where you will find your tarot today, monthly and yearly readings as well. So what I'm getting for Aries is, or for those who are dealing with an Aries, you'll know how it resonates with you. But what I'm getting here is I'm picking up on an energy that is kind of confused. They don't really know what's going to happen. They feel like they're at a limbo, and it seems to me like they're missing like a key info. It's like they're so close to unlocking some sort of like making progression and stuff like that, but there's something that they're missing. Okay, and it's just like they know that they're missing this and they don't know what to do. I do sense here that somebody here decided to waste their time entertaining those that is just toxic energies, okay? It's just straight and to the point. It's just like somebody here got reeled into the idea that was a very like vain and toxic, ego driven. And so I do sense here a lot of like conflict. And somebody here, I'm getting some sort of like message that's coming in, or somebody is like trying to write a message, but they want to communicate that like they care. I'm getting some sort of like, I don't want to say a confession, but somebody here really wants to like come together with this person, okay? Hello, Lova. Hello. I'm picking up on a strong air energy, specifically Aquarius. So you may be dealing with somebody that has strong air or Aquarius placements on their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Hello, Kenneth. You're beautiful. Oh, shucks. Thank you. So kind. So kind. Okay. So why is this energy coming up? Okay. I see here. I see here that somebody said something that ruffled some feathers, and that's one of the reasons why there's this level of like uncertainty. But and conflict, it's almost as if like somebody here thought something wasn't fair and it didn't go in their favor. There was some level of injustice. So somebody here wants to like correct that is what I'm sensing here. Okay, so let's go. Any advice for this? Okay. Hello, Queen Bee. OMG, that literally is me. That happened last week with me and my person. Well, thank you for confirming. You're resonating, and welcome. So let's give an advice to the message that we're just talking about. I do sense that due to a lot of like stress and somebody like pretending to be somebody they're not, somebody is getting the silence treatment. And the reason why there is silence or lack of like communication or feeling like there's I'm getting a lot of like anxiety energy. And so the person who's going through this, it's like they feel like they can't move forward because some level of truth has been revealed, and like somebody's true colors were shown, and so they don't really know how to proceed. So what is the advice for that? So I'm picking up on an energy that is like two tiers in a sense, like two levels. One is vibrating very high, like they know their worth, they know their value. That's one of the reasons why they make sure that they don't get disrespected, okay? While the other, they feel like they have some sort of lack mentality, or they feel like they're not enough compared to this person. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm also getting a very manipulative energy. So somebody here has a tendency to put down the other person so that they can feel like they're better than them when they're not. It's a very like toxic defense mechanism. It's like gives off bullying energy is what I'm picking up. So so God wants to emphasize that this is obviously not healthy, okay? And God clearly already revealed the truth of what this person is capable of and who they really are. And so God wants this energy who's going through this to really ask themselves is how they're being treated, being fair. And I see here somebody already knows the answer, but it's just like they're not making a decision because I'm getting they are afraid of regretting their decision. Like what if like, you know, somebody here is just like, oh, what if they made the wrong decision and like they should have really given this person another chance. But somebody here, the truth has been revealed. Like it's like there's no, if somebody were to turn a blind eye and pretend that they didn't receive the cold hard truth and facts, and they still refuse to turn the other cheek, it's at that point that person needs to also ask themselves why they do that. Okay, why lie to themselves? Okay, that's kind of like the energy. So it's all about being honest with oneself so that they can recognize that other people are whether or not they're being taken advantage of as well. Okay, Taurus. Should I write down? Yeah, I'm going to timestamp it. So that was the Aries one. So 8. All right, so Taurus. Okay, what I'm getting here is I'm getting somebody that is like very eager to like get things off the ground, get things started, because there's a lot of attraction and all of that. However, there's somebody here is trying to buy time. It's just like they're trying to get their courage, because in their mind, okay, hello spy. Okay, remember, if you want a personal one-on-one, you know, we're in technically a public setting, right, where there's other people involved. And so I don't want to spread myself too thin by just giving only you attention, right? And so that's why I come on here and do these collective readings. I trust that you found this at the perfect time. I'm doing all signs from Aries through Pisces. And so feel free to listen in and listen for your sign and the sign of whoever you also want to listen to. Okay, so that's another option for you. All right, so yes, I sense here somebody is trying to buy time. It's just like they know that if they really pour their 110%, that they are going to get what they want, and like all their wishes come true, happily ever after, destined connection. Like somebody here knows this, but they're holding back. Okay, why are they buying time? Why are they holding back? I mean, somebody here is utilizing work as an excuse. Is they're just like, oh, I got work to do. Oh, I have to make money. Oh, you know, I have to put time and effort into something that can, that is always going to be there, you know? It's nothing new. It's nothing new. But somebody here is just making it seem like, oh, they gotta take care of this now. It's like, no, you don't. You're just somebody who's just trying to buy time. Um, and it's ultimately because they're nervous. I'm getting nervousness. Okay. Hi, hello, Catherine. Are you from China? Okay. So anyway, so what I'm seeing here. Okay. Is that somebody here needs to communicate with intentions, okay? Talent wrote, I'm scared of getting everything I'd want. It's me, lol. Thank you. This was weird having myself. I know, right? Welcome, Talent. Thank you for confirming you're resonating. So yeah, I'm getting somebody here really needs to kind of work on their communication, and because I sense here, it's like there's a lot of like love and there's so much potential for happiness is what I'm picking up. It's giving off very like soulmate energy, okay? And so any advice, any advice? There's something about somebody here is being very cautious, like they want to know, is the other person talking to somebody? Are they talking to third parties? Are they the only one in the picture? And somebody here is trying to observe, right? But in the time that is being taken for all of these observations, somebody here is missing their shot, missing their chance. It's just like, it's like while everybody else is actually participating, somebody here is just on the sidelines. It's kind of giving off that very like, you know, at the school dance, you know, there's a kid that is just standing on the side and wanting to dance. And like, it's either you're going to be on the dance floor or you're going to be on the sidelines. It's like that kind of energy. And so it's like somebody here knows that they're going to have the time of their life on the dance floor of life, so to speak, but they they're being very cautious, I will say that, okay? But just remember, while somebody here is just kind of like spending all that time like wondering, they could have been doing, okay? All right. So Geminis. So Gemini's, what I'm sensing here is a lot of like sadness and burdens. Okay, somebody here, they play themselves. I'm getting an energy that play themselves. Perhaps this person was like already in a commitment. I'm getting somebody here was already involved. And they're contemplating like walking away, making it official, making it final. So whether this is like in a relationship or some like a romantic interest, or somebody here was actually already married, but it's like there has been a lot of I'm getting something about perhaps like one partner makes a lot. And so I'm getting something about like they may have just stayed because of money problems or something like that. It's just like they have nowhere to go. And so it's like no, or somebody's worried that if they end the connection, like the person that they've been with, they have to be alone, or it's gonna be hard for them, or they're struggling. And so as much as somebody here wants to have a brand new beginning, they're not taking it, at least not yet. What are they waiting for? See, what's strange about this connection is that, like, somebody here really does want commitment, but they act like they don't want it. Somebody has a wandering eye. It's like somebody found peace with another person. It's just like every time there is an argument with the person that they're already with, or there's more history with, every time some like drama arises, all this person can do is escape to the person, towards the energy, or like think about the person that they could have had it all with. But it's like they couldn't give them what they wanted. Because I see here somebody wants like family, marriage, higher level of commitment, like that kind of energy, but they can't give it to them. I'm getting very like fantasy energy. It's almost like kind of giving off like somebody fell in love or fell for somebody that they can't have. Like this may be somebody that like maybe in the public eye, or I'm getting like stripper or dancer, or like, you know, that kind of energy. Somebody like fell in love with somebody for their looks, or like what they do. Okay, what's the advice for this? Okay, I'm getting somebody like, I'm getting a lot of energy for starters, but the one that this person really wants, they are a very, actually they're a very good person. They're a very good person. Like they're wise and has good judgment, tries to do the right thing. They don't entertain liars, cheats, all of that. So imagine a liar, a cheater, a deceitful person falling for somebody they can't really have, because the person that they want knows their value, and they don't want just anybody. So, you know, the advice here is if somebody wants to be in this person of values life, they really need to let go of their lying ways and like be a better person, and stop trying to play them, because this person already knows, like they've seen the same kind of people and behavior, so they don't want anything to do with it. And I'm getting something about like time is of the essence. So if they don't make a change or a difference quickly, then they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be out of here, okay? Hello, Satyam. Hello. Okay, so let's move on. Cancers. What is happening right now? What's happening right now? Okay, so for Cancers, I'm picking up on an energy. I'm getting kind of commitment energy. I sense some sort of like commitment coming, or somebody here wants to work things out, or like they want to, yes, Aries was done first already. But, you know, after this live stream is done, it's going to stick around. So you're more than welcome to just watch it from the beginning. Yeah. All right. So, but I'm getting here, somebody wants to be in a connection, a relationship, but it's just like they're taking their time because I'm getting somebody here who really wants to invest in this. And because there's a lot of like chemistry and like I'm getting like physical and sexual tension, okay? And so somebody here, because they're very attracted, they don't want to mess up. And it's almost like they're checking everything twice before they do anything. Like they just don't want to mess up because they're very worried that it's like I'm getting like a huge like fire energy, like a lot of like passion, and like somebody here just wants to like devour this connection because there's a lot of like attraction and all of that. But then there's this like part of themselves is just like, no, they can't see how much like they want them because they're worried. Somebody here is worried, okay? And so they don't want to come in all like hot and heavy and strong and then for it to just fizzle out. So somebody here really wants to like set roots, a foundation, and is looking at this as more of a marathon than a sprint, okay? And so they understand that that is like, again, they don't want to make any mistakes from the beginning. And so they're trying to be very grounded and mature in their approach to love. Oh, very nice to see you. Very nice to see you. What's the advice? Okay. So I'm getting here, somebody has been doing a lot of like healing and purging and trying to shape and change their mindset to be more, embody more confidence and power and self-respect. And this is something that they've been working on. And it's almost like they've been consistent with their healing progress, and they know that the continuous effort has been good for them. Okay, is what I'm saying here. All right, so keep up the great work. If this is you, amazing. Okay, Leo, there you are. Feel free to check out the Tarot Today message that I posted a few hours ago. It's giving off somewhat of a similar energy. So I'm getting here, it's giving off like a past connection, past person energy. Two in there. Yeah. So I'm picking up on a past energy. It's like there was some sort of like ending within the connection. When we look at the connection, it seemed like it was strong or it could last the test of time, but it didn't. It didn't. And I see here the reason why it didn't last, or there was this abrupt ending, in a sense, was due to a betrayal, some sort of lying, like cheating energy, where somebody here felt like disrespected, and I'm getting the word fumbled. And I use that same word on that video as well. So it's just like giving up similar energies, okay? And I remember there was like a strong Leo energy in that reading too. So, but I see here somebody here hasn't really like let go. It's just like, even though nothing is the same, so to speak, somebody here is still trying to hold on to like past memories. They consider it an achievement, or like, I'm getting some, like, it's almost as if they still talk about this connection to others, even though it has ended. But it's like somebody here, okay, this might not resonate with everyone because it's very specific, but I'm getting here, I mean, my readings are pretty specific to begin with, but this is like so specific, but I'll just say it. But I'm getting here, it's like somebody here didn't tell whoever they're trying to impress that it is over. They act like they're still in that connection, even though it's been over. Okay, why do they do that? I'm getting something about somebody here still thinks that there is hope. Okay, let's see what the advice is for that. Okay, 2 wanted to come up. Okay, the advice coming through is if nobody here makes a decision, there's no movement, no matter how much somebody has like this idea that somebody is still theirs or they haven't let go and all of that. Well, the thing is, if nothing happens, if only one side is thinking all this while the world is changing, that's kind of a problem, isn't it? All right? So almost like somebody is living in their own like fantasy land in their mind. And so the advice here is we need to see the situation for what it is and like accept it and then move on from there, because when there is like denial energy and all of that, how can you fix something when somebody here is lying about it, like lying about what happened or what needs to be worked on or working on some sort of like denial. So I mean, I can see why the other person doesn't want to let this energy go, because they are such like a grounded and inspirational person, and like they're very attractive, and I'm getting well spoken as well. But it's almost like this person has become somebody's religion in a sense, like a way of life. So what's the advice? I mean, as mentioned, it's like if nothing happens, nothing happens. If there's no action being taken, if there's no communication, somebody here is too scared of what the other person will say, etc., and never does anything, then that's just going to be it. It's something that is just frozen in time. And yeah, I'm just getting something here doesn't feel healthy. Okay, if somebody here chooses to live like this, like not facing reality of what has happened in the situation, if they decide to just leave it as is while, you know, living in a fantasy land, again, nothing is going to happen. But if somebody here wants to make their dreams into a reality, they really need to set some sort of, you know, first make a decision and then realize what needs to be worked on and what needs to be walked away from. Okay? All right, so for Virgos, dang it, I haven't been writing. I haven't been writing it. Okay, hold on. Virgos. So for Virgos, what do we have here? Oh dear. Oh dear. Hello, Donald. I was writing the timestamps, so I can go back and do the timestamps, and then so it's like easier for the people to find. I mean, I encourage everybody to hear from the beginning to the end just to get an overall idea, but you know, for those who just wants to listen to their sun sign only. But let's, okay, so for Virgos, so the energy that I'm picking up is somebody is attracting a lot of energy towards them. Like people who are like interested in them. But the thing is, like, not all of them. I'm getting most of them. I mean, I do sense here they feel like a soul connection. Okay. Huh. Anyways, so somebody here, as mentioned, there are multiple people, and they all want this person's energy because they feel like there is like a soulmate kind of connection. And the thing is, most of these energies that's coming through, right? There is some sort of like mental blockage or challenge, or like they don't have a healthy approach because they're so clouded by the tension. I'm getting like sexual tension. Somebody here is just very like, they get like riled up, they can't think straight, they seem very like dizzy. Okay, it's like almost as if somebody is intoxicated by the other individual. And so and it's like, so I'm kind of getting this one energy is attracting like multiple people who are interested in them. Okay. Hello, Dream Forge wrote that's me. Oh, thank you for confirming. And so I'm getting here though, there is one person from this group that is kind of making their presence known. Okay. Strong water energy coming through, or just somebody that, so that could be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. But regardless of the signs, because I read energies, somebody here, they're very smitten. Okay, it's just like grinning from one ear to the other, and they're falling. They're falling, and it's almost as if I'm getting like drunk in love. You know, somebody here may be a drinker, or like, or they want to like share a drink with this energy or something like that. Okay, what's the advice? There's some sort of like imbalance that I'm picking up though. What is going on? Well, there's definitely some sort of distance, okay? So this may be like a long distance thing, or it's hard to come together. I am getting something about somebody's health, okay? Perhaps their health isn't good, or they're in a very unique time in their life where it just feels like things are out of balance, and nothing's really set in stone, and it just kind of feels like getting kind of like falling apart energy, okay? And so, or like it's been very difficult, and somebody here is just trying to pick up the pieces. But what's the advice? Why do we... Somebody's lying. What are they lying about? What are they hiding? Oh, somebody's lying about their finances or their like social status. Okay, why? Okay, it's giving me two extremes. So some of you guys may be dealing with somebody that acts rich but is very poor, or somebody who acts poor but is very rich, okay? So it could be a mix, or like, but there's definitely some sort of like hidden truth about their finances. And the reason why is I'm getting something about somebody here puts too much on their social status or their financial status, and it's been kind of like a burden. And so it's almost as if somebody here just wants to be loved for them, or just want to spend time together just because of them, not because of their finances. Any final messages? Because as mentioned, there's so many energies that I'm picking up. Like strong water energy keeps coming through, yeah. But it's like, I will say somebody has an addiction or something like that. Maybe they're like an alcoholic or a recovering alcoholic, or but I do sense here one energy in particular, they're like really in love, like really, like they want to come together. They feel like this is their soulmate. They want to, if there's still like healing involved or healing left, like they want to heal with this person. So any final word, because we got to wrap it up. Libra's waiting. Somebody here is definitely going to take action, and so that they can stand out from the others. Like they're gonna make their presence known. Okay, but just remember, okay, I do sense some sort of like dishonesty, and so make sure that that is addressed. Okay. Yeah, interesting, right? Interesting. Libra. Libra. I'm picking up on a stressed out energy. They want, somebody here wants to be in a relationship, and they have their eye on somebody here already, but they just kind of feel like they can't read them, like this person, whoever this person is connecting with, they are very like they seem very authentic to me, okay? It's just like they don't have to say much because what they do speaks for itself, or how they carry themselves, or their demeanor. It's like it speaks for themselves. So somebody here is dealing with somebody that is very like of value, and they have the potential to be the perfect partner. But somebody here is, they're at a limbo. Why is that? I keep getting something about like they're buying time. Why are they buying time? I think it's like they know that if they progress this is it. And it's like, it's not to say they're not ready or they don't want it, like they do. But it's almost like the quiet before the storm, or like it's just somebody here is not going to be single for long. It's like I'm picking up on an energy that was very slow, but now it's picking up. Like they feel more confident. Perhaps their money is good, or like they have a lot of savings, and they feel like they're in a very good place to be in a relationship right now. Exciting. Any final advice? There's your energy. It is talking about like stop playing hard to get, or like there's just like waiting around energy that I'm picking up. It's like they know that they need to take action, but they don't do it, or they buy time, or they're procrastinating. It's just like, yeah, somebody here is nervous, but they act like they're not. They try to have this like cool exterior. And I also see here, one of the reasons why somebody here is not in a hurry to go after this is they're trying to buy time. They're talking to other people. They're still talking to other people. And so, you know, that's what happens. Grass is green where you water it. So imagine if, like, instead of focusing on the person that this energy wants and knows that there's going to be longevity, if they're just making, you know, pit stops and getting distracted along the way, they're just they're just being a block to their own happiness. Okay, so try not to do that is the advice. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay, one more. All right. So Scorpio, what I'm getting here is that somebody here is in a rush to get married or be in a relationship, partnership. It's just like they can sense third-party energies. Okay, somebody here is like sensing third-party energies. There's like, if there's any quiet period or delays, they already know it's because there's third parties involved. And so I'm getting this energy of somebody here wanting to lock it in before somebody, the other individual, just kind of like wanders off or gets distracted, and instead of being consistent with growing the connection, um, there's this understanding that if they are holding back or not being consistent, that maybe it isn't true love. Okay, somebody here is getting this feeling like they want their lover to be in it with both feet. Okay. Hello, Terry. Welcome. So somebody here is kind of pulling back. I'm getting some sort of like silence treatment. Yeah, definitely. Like they don't want to be led on. They don't want to. They want to be open with their heart, but if the person that they're connecting with doesn't want to reciprocate, then it's just somebody here is very emotionally mature that they're not going to tolerate that, because they do want emotional bliss and happiness. Yeah, they will, and then somebody here is not afraid. Yes, there's going to be, it's going to be painful, and this is like the last resort, so to speak. But if they feel like they're being disrespected and it's a dead end situation, yeah, so if somebody here is just like being sneaky and all of that and not being reciprocal, somebody here needs to be able to let things go and have a new start, okay? Yeah. So let's move on to Sagittarius, okay? And feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel where you will find your monthly tarot todays, monthly and yearly readings as well. So there may be more, additional information there as well, because I read energies. Hello, Teresa. Right on time. Right on time. We're about to start Sagittarius. All right. This is Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What do we have? Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Man, seeing a combo like this? Dang. Okay. I'm picking up on some sort of like long distance, or there's definitely some sort of like distance energy that I'm picking up, and it's like it ended. There's no going back. There's no like second chances and all of that, because there has been a reveal of somebody's true colors. They were being toxic. They were being devilish is the word I'm getting. And so due to these kinds of behaviors, somebody here like playing others, so to speak, things had to end, because somebody here knew their worth, knew their value. And even though this other energy was almost like, I'm getting like they were messing with their sanity, okay? So I'm getting a lot of gaslighting energy is what I'm picking up. So it's just like, at the end of the day, somebody here, due to this level of like mental abuse, so to speak, like somebody here started to lose their sense of reality. And so, I mean, fortunately for this energy that I'm picking up, they must have like strong earth placements, or like they're very like confident within themselves, and somebody here is a fighter. Okay, yeah, strong earth and fire energy coming through. So somebody here is very grounded, but they're also a doer. They refuse to be stuck. They will fight for themselves and what they stand for. And so that's one of the reasons why the devilish behaviors and other people not pretending to be themselves, even if they try to bring them down, is not going to last. Okay, I do see here that it was a challenge. It was very difficult, and somebody here, because there was a lot of like feelings and emotions involved, and there was happiness at one point, but I am getting a very like Stockholm syndrome, that kind of energy. But the truth at the end of the day, it set this connection free. The person that was felt like they were chained to the connection, they were ultimately let free due to divine intervention, God coming in, revealing the truth, exposing the truth. Okay? Any final advice? All of that? Hello, Javon. Welcome back. So the final advice here is, it's saying keep going, continue on, don't look back. I'm kidding, don't look back. Focus on the prize, focus on what's important, the goals, the success, the getting return of investment. Okay. And so there's a lot of like, the sky is the limit. I'm getting the sky is the limit. So somebody here has big dreams and goals and a success. Like they see like a very successful outcome to their life now that like they have all this baggage and burdens off their shoulders, so to speak. So I'm getting somebody here, they have, the world is their oyster. The sky is the limit. And so, yeah, it's saying keep going, okay? Oh yeah, it's more like Pokemon is more like the signs. It's more like the signs. Just kidding. I mean, everything is kind of related in that sense. But yeah, I guess you can say, there's the water elements, the fire, earth, all of that, different elements, different temperaments, all of that. And so, yeah, that's one way to see it. Okay, so let's move on. Capricorn. I haven't watched it, so I'm not going to promote it or whatnot, because I can't say because I haven't watched it. But I think there's a lot of examples, different examples. But yeah, let's see. So for Capricorn, I'm getting somebody here. I'm getting like playing chicken. Like somebody here, they were bluffing. Oh. So I'm getting, yeah, somebody here that was like bluffing or something like that. I'm getting this kind of energy like, oh, you're nothing, like you're nothing without me, or like or you won't be successful without me. Like that kind of energy, or like, I don't know, it just feels very, but little did that energy know that this person, like, they have value, they have like, they have things going for them. But I do sense here the reason why this person started lashing out is because like somebody here found out about like third party energies. Either somebody there, I'm getting like they were talking to other people, and I'm also getting something about like if they were having problems or issues, instead of talking it out amongst each other, they would like talk about it with others or painted somebody in a bad light. And I'm getting just hopeless energy within this connection. And so, but somebody here, they didn't give up, or like they didn't fight fire with fire, so to speak. They just kept quiet. They didn't like add fuel to the fire. They just retracted their energy because somebody here felt like they already wasted their time communicating with them. And so God wants to acknowledge that that was the right thing to do, because I'm getting somebody here that excuse me, but I'm getting somebody here, they felt like they wasted their time in the past, so now it's just like they don't want to talk to them again. They don't want to revisit that. I see more love elsewhere. Anything else? Yeah, strong water energy coming through, and this person feels better. It feels more like, oh, thank you, Donald, thank you. it For this connection, the new connection coming in, I sense here that there's definitely more love and more like healing, and somebody here wanting to dive in with both feet. You know, they don't have cold feet. Like they want to go in and make this work, and it's going to be very emotionally fulfilling and healing is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so what's the final advice for this? I'm getting here, this is a very specific part. Something about the advice here is try not to, there's something about like work romance, or like somebody here keeps having crushes at work. It's saying don't do that, because that's kind of a very like stressful situation, because this person already knows it's going to be stressful, so why keep doing that? Somebody here needs to realize that they can find love outside of the workplace. Okay? It's not impossible. It exists. There's something about like, oh, but it's convenient. They're right there. I already see them every day. It's just like, but I am getting something about like, nope, don't do that, especially if they're married. Like it's a work crush, sure, but somebody here is wasting their time. Time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Aquarius. Aquarius. Okay. I'm getting somebody here is not making a decision, not committing, because one, they're immature and likes their freedom and wants to talk to anything with a heartbeat. Okay, you don't know which side you're on, but I'm getting here, and also somebody here has commitment issues because their finances are not good. They also think that marriage or like higher level of commitment is a waste of time and money drainer. Okay, so somebody doesn't really have like a good outlook and perspective when it comes to long-term monogamous marriage like commitment. Okay, I'm also getting either they may have had the reason why they think that is because they may have been divorced already or they went through a bad breakup, and so they do have some level of trauma, but they're running away. They're not trying to fix it, they're not trying to heal from it. They just remember what they went through. And there's the Aquarius energy. There it is again. And so even if like the love of their life comes and all of that, imagine if somebody here is not healed, still being immature and not wanting to be tied down. And also because they have this unhealthy outlook that like marriage and all of that, it's a very skewed way of thinking. Because if you think about it, when a partnership is supposed to make things easier in a sense, but again, you know, they must have had some sort of like really bad split in the past. And so it's almost like giving off this energy. Somebody here is just like, why, if you don't start, you know, we don't have to go through, like, is they're just kind of focusing on seeing the situation like half empty on a pessimistic light. And so the advice coming through is just like somebody, if they want love, okay, and I feel like I'm also talking to a cross watcher, okay, because we have both sides listening in. Somebody, the advice coming through is if somebody here wants love, they really need to approach somebody that wants the same things. If somebody here wants marriage, kids, higher level of commitment, monogamy, honesty, and the other person, the person that they want to be in a partnership with, they don't want those things and they cannot reciprocate, then perhaps that connection is, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And then as a result, both sides is miserable, right? Or one side doesn't care, and the other person is miserable. And so, what's the final advice for this? What do you want to say? Saying wrap it up. Don't waste your time. It's just like, you know, when we get messages like this, epiphanies, realizations, the spark of like understanding what is actually happening when the dots are starting to connect and things are, you can see the whole picture of what is actually happening here and with the trajectory of if things don't change where it will end up in. Okay, it's almost like somebody here really needs to not just live in the moment, but also like understand what happens now shapes your future, right? And so that's why living in the moment, doing things now is so important in making a change, making a difference. Because if somebody here continues to do the same thing, that's just how things are going to be, unless, you know, God has a way of coming in with divine intervention. But anything else, God? I mean, fortunately, I see here that the person that's like dealing with somebody like this, they know their worth. I'm getting like a fighter type. And so even though they did feel some sort of like soulmate connection, and they communicated with them like how they felt about the situation, but it's I'm getting they'll find a better lover elsewhere. They're wasting their time trying to like make this work, because the person that doesn't see things eye to eye, it's just like they're stuck. They're stuck. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, if somebody here doesn't make a decision, guess what? That's a decision. Not making a decision is making a decision too. Okay? All right, so let's move on to Pisces. Okay, so for Pisces, somebody here is connecting with somebody that is like very, like they're intelligent, like they're a great communicator, or at least it seems like they know what they want, and is very, I'm getting the word serious, okay? They come off as like somebody that you can't really play with or like toy with. They're like a straight shooter. And even though there is even though there is some level of like chemistry and all of that, and there's this want to like get things off the ground, I ultimately, hello Michelle, welcome back. I ultimately see somebody walking away. It's because like they don't want problems, they don't want trouble. Like a part of them wants to stay and not give up. But it's somebody here is they're just really worried that perhaps maybe they're too different, or like they don't, the feelings aren't reciprocal, or they don't want the same things, or perhaps this other person is too hard to reach. Like it's somebody, I don't want to say they feel closed off, but this energy feels very serious. Why are they so serious? The reason why is because this energy, they have a lot of people interested in them, but they don't want to spread themselves too thin. Like they can't interact with everybody. It's just like they're very mindful of who they spend time with, their energy with, because there's a lot of energies pulling at them, wanting their attention, etc. So it may seem like they're not responsive, or it may seem like they're cold, distant, or even perhaps professional. The reason why they're doing that, like, it's not to say they're not watching, they're not paying attention. If anything, they're very observant and they notice like everything. What's the advice? Since we have both sides listening in, I'll give advice for both sides. So the person who may have a lot of options, and so is very mindful of not spreading themselves too thin. The advice for them is there is somebody in this person's energy that can be the world to them, in a sense. Like they could be a power couple. I'm getting an energy where they feel like it'll be a very good support system. And so, and somebody here is very loyal, like very loyal. And so, oh, wow. So somebody here, like they want to give all of their heart, all of their loyalty. Like they can be a very, very loyal person. It's like if if only they can trust them or gave them a shot or a chance. Like I can see it progressing to something beautiful. But it's going to need to take courage. Somebody here needs to like take courage and actually do something instead of thinking like this is a dead-end situation and it's never going to happen. That kind of energy. And so the advice for the person who is thinking like of like wanting to walk away or like thinking perhaps this is not gonna go anywhere, the advice for them is, I'm getting something about, and this is the card, this is the last card. Last card is the card that we started. Wait, hold on. I did 2 readings tonight. I went live streaming twice. But I think, no, yeah, this made an appearance in the tarot today that was posted today. So feel free to check that out. It was relatively short. It was like 11 minutes long. And so there may be an additional message there for you. But there's something about what you give is what you get. And so if somebody here, like, it's kind of giving me, like, if you're gonna go all in, go all in. Start fresh, start new. Like, I'm getting kind of this energy of, like, what do you have to lose? Okay? What do you have to lose? There's something about, like, being generous. I feel like I need to clear the energy. It's a little like all over the place. It's just a lot of back and forth. Let me clear the energy because I want to give one final last message. Okay? Okay. So what is the final message for Pisces? Final message, advice. I see here the reason why things are taking so slow is because there's some sort of like fantasy energy. Like fantasy. I'm getting a lot of like window shopping energy, okay? It's kind of giving off like it's kind of giving off like playing a game, you know? It's like an example would be playing a video game that is about life. And somebody here is just living their life through the game, but not in their real life. Like it's giving kind of that kind of energy. Oh, the bell makes my dog bark, or maybe he doesn't like when you clear the energy. Oh, maybe it's like, yeah, ring that bell, Arcana. Some support. Just kidding. I was just like, yes, clear the energy. Big on, big on. Hmm. So yeah, just the final message here is I see success, but somebody here is just standing in their own way, and it largely has to do with mental entrapment. Just, overthinking things and doubting and what ifs, what could haves, like instead of committing and going straight forward. And so uh, yeah, somebody here needs a little bit more time. Oh, but it's saying if somebody here takes too long of a time, the ship is going to sail. They're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone. Okay? They're going to they're not gonna take the connection seriously because there's no movement, there's no momentum. So, they're going to see it for what it is. And it's kind of giving off one of those scenarios where it's just like, you know, it didn't happen, never got a chance. It just never happened, never worked. Okay. So if they don't do something and take action. So it's up to us. Okay, so that is what I have for you, everybody. Wonderful. Okay. I feel like there is love, there is love. There is like somebody here wanting to come together and like I'm getting strong earth and water energies coming through. And so it's talking about don't neglect it, because the more there's like distance or neglecting the connection, it's just that's what is going to happen. Like the connection is going to feel uncertain, and there's going to be a lack of confidence. And so the more that we show that we're both in it together, it just really feels like it's actually going somewhere. Okay, but if both sides doesn't put the effort, there's no momentum, no reciprocation, it's not gonna go anywhere, nowhere. Okay, so anything else? Somebody here is very intimidated. Perhaps like whoever they're connecting with or whoever this energy is connecting with is like somebody of value. Like they're really like it's hard to find somebody like this. They're very like unique and special, and And somebody here does recognize that, and they understand that, like, they must have other suitors and other people that are interested in them, and it's only fair that they are kind of in a place to choose. But again, they're not they don't want just anybody. You're so funny. Hey, you know, don't know if that's how you heard it. Maybe that is something that your soul is trying to tell you. It's just, you know, your soul. Soul. Oh. Okay, anything else? Anything else, God? Keeps talking about the more this energy tries to buy time and not like going after what they feel like is like destined to be theirs. They're only playing themselves. Okay, somebody here really needs to make a decision and go forward. It's almost like I'm getting this energy, like this is the type of person who boasts about, like, oh, you know, when the right person comes along, when the right opportunity comes along, they're not gonna let it pass up, they're not gonna let it go, like they're gonna do whatever they can to, you know, make the most of it, the best of it, and like go after it, all in, all of that, and it's almost kind of giving off this energy of like, guess what, it's here, it's here. And it's like crickets, you know, somebody here is just off in the corner, just blowing, like whistling, and like, like, you know, they know they got to do something, but they're not doing anything. But it's just like all this time, this energy was saying, you know, when that day comes, well, again, that day is here, or it's like, it's practically here. And so anything else, God? Okay, it sounds like this is something that needs to be worked on. Okay, if it helps, write it out. It's just like, what is the obstacle? What is the challenge? And again, it keeps talking about, I mean, I already mentioned why. If somebody here is still wondering why, they're not listening. They're not listening because I already explained why and the reasons and what's going on. And so either somebody here is like forgetful, or they're not listening. They're not like comprehending. Okay. And so that needs to be worked on. Okay. I mean, the biggest thing is the possibility of a rejection. That's the biggest thing. But if somebody here stands in their power, I see commitment, I see happiness, I see it being very fulfilling. So again, the choice is up to you. Not making a decision, not making a choice, that is a decision in itself, as mentioned earlier, right? So yeah, go for it. Go after what you want. Go with the both feet, all in. Don't hold back. It's just, and if that is hard, you can at least start by talking about it. Okay, at least keeping the communication going and being honest. Okay, be you. Be you. Be who you are. Because if somebody here pretends to be somebody they're not, that's already a guilt and another problem and burden that this energy has to deal with. So why? Right? Why? Just do it. Okay. All right. So that's what I have for you. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching and watching to the end. Thank you to my moderators, people coming on here and saying hi. Hi. Thank you for coming and liking the video. And yeah, feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel where you'll find your tarot today, monthly, yearly, all of that. Okay, so until next time, bye.